President, my question is for the Minister for Small Business, and I refer to the Premier's roadmap for the release of COVID restrictions on small businesses, which states shops, recreational facilities, entertainment, hospitality and cultural venues will not be open until there have been 0 new cases in the community for more than 14 days. Minister, the Premier has made commentary about this in recent days, but I ask you, as Minister for Small Business, does this mean that small businesses will not reopen in 2020?
Minister Pulford.
Thank you, President. I thank Mr Davis for his question and his interest in how small businesses are managing through and doing their best to survive, and indeed for some to succeed through what has been an extraordinary set of challenges that have befallen them this year. The business community, indeed the entire Victorian community, were very keen for a roadmap to be developed and outlined to provide people with a greater sense of the steps to COVID normal. And you know, in Stuntsville over here, you know, where they would like to just open up in a really reckless way.
Order. Thank you.
What I know.
Thank you.
Oh, we're a bit touchy.
Mr. Oh, thank you very much. Order. Mr. Davis on a point of order.
President, it's not an opportunity to attack the opposition. It's a simple opportunity to answer the question.
Thank you. Ms. Pulford, to continue, she just stood up in only a couple of seconds. Thank you.
Thank you. Look, the short answer to Mr Davis's question is that many small businesses are open and operating. And many are. And your question was, are small businesses going to be open this year? And the answer is that many are. Many are trading online. Many are open, albeit with restrictions in regional Victoria. There are a great many that are doing their best with the lighter set of restrictions that are in place compared to Melbourne. And the small business community and the people who lead the representative organisations that many of them are members of are people we are working with very closely to understand how we can provide the safest possible path to reopening. I refer Mr Davis also to the comments that the Premier made yesterday and specifically about the decisions that will be made and some of the announcements that the government is hopeful of making towards the end of this week. I know people have looked at the 19th of October in a state of great anticipation, and indeed the 26th of October, which was the original date in the roadmap. And then, of course, after the third step, there's the final step, and then COVID normal. Now, I know Mr Davis would like us to just click our fingers and magically make the pandemic go away, but unfortunately back here in the real world, we're working closely with our business community who are deeply, deeply committed to a safe and a sustainable reopening, as is our government.
Mr Davis on a supplementary.
Well, President, I don't think any of the small businesses that are seeking to reopen will be comforted by that response by the Minister. And I therefore ask, Minister, small businesses across the state, particularly in Melbourne, are dependent on rejigging this dubious potholed roadmap. And I ask, isn't it a fact that under your roadmap, Christmas trading will be decimated? And I ask, therefore, what are you going to do about it?
Minister.
That was a very strange question. Potholes, Christmas trade. Like we're acutely conscious of the Christmas trade pressures that particularly the retail sector are talking to us about all the time. And what I can tell you is that retailers are very keen to ensure a smoothing of demand where possible so that they can have a safe and orderly open, because they are very committed to the safety of their staff and to the safety of their customers. And so these are the issues that we are working through with them, but they also know that the most devastating thing for businesses in Victoria, for small, medium and indeed large businesses, is a third wave. And so a steady approach and a sustainable approach is the very best thing that we can do for our business community. There are $6 billion worth of different types of assistance that we are providing to assist people, whether it's through cash flow to business, grants for adaptation.
Order.